sold automobile tags, and I also sold lottery tickets here. We did everything we could to try to keep this place going. I was held up twice here, and I did have a sawed-off shotgun held on me, and the guy was backing me to the office, and just then the film broke, and people started pouring out, and the guy ran out, but he'd gotten the box office, and he'd gotten a concession stand, and he had me at bay with the sawed-off shotgun, and I was fearing for my heart. A woman was outside wanting to come in the theater, and I could tell there was something wrong right off the bat, and her husband was in there with another woman, and she knew it, and she said, I want to buy a ticket, and I said, well, the machine isn't working right now. I can't say. I could tell there was something wrong, and she said, well, I'm going in. And by the time I could get out of the box office and into the foyer here, she was down the aisle, and God, two women into pulling hair and everything else. That was quite a disturbance. Everyone got their money's worth that night.
And it was a weekend night. It had been raining all day Saturday, and my girlfriend and I came here. I still remember her name. Her name was Jody. And we came in, and we noticed as we came in that there was some plaster repair ceiling work being done. And the first 2 or 3 rows were roped off to prevent patrons from occupying those seats. So we sat down, and we're watching the movie, and midway through the film we can hear the rain, continuing outside, and peals of thunder. And the plaster suddenly groaned and cracked, and a large, probably 12-foot chunk of plaster came falling down right here in front. And the movie continues uninterrupted. And this dust and bits of plaster come wafting up, and you can see partially obscured the moving images on the screen. And people just applauded and acted as if nothing unusual had happened.
1976, it was all over when the Continent opened. This theater was just like an iron curtain came down. From 76 to 1979, I probably lost $75,000 trying to keep this place going. You can't sell a closed theater. General Films wasn't doing it, and the art film period was gone. Then, of course, you probably know the rest. I sold to a guy by the name of Gary Stern.
When Gary Stern bought the place, I ended up working for him, and he was a lot of fun. He had all the Beatle paraphernalia that everybody just loved, and as a matter of fact, some of it ended up missing because he had it sitting on the shelves where people could touch it and look at it.
Well, I soon found out some very interesting things about Gary. He had called me at home, and he had asked me if I wanted to see a Chinese communist propaganda film. So I come up here, and he and I sit up in this loft above the concession area and watch this film. Well, it was just awful. And luckily with this theater, you could show such a film. Even though I didn't agree with it politically, I felt it was important that something like that be shown. And it is indeed unique. And you'll see things here that you won't see anywhere else. And I feel that has a great deal of value.